Hi everyone, I hope you all are well. Today I have another small tutorial for you all. So this one has to deal with the cricut. So some or most of you might be familiar with cricut, especially if you're doing printing. Cricut is basically a smaller version of your Roland machines and stuff like that you use for printing. This is a very small version of it. I actually started with this machine 4 years ago and I still have it. 4 years ago, I paid 3,000 Rand for this machine, which was an absolute bargain. And it's still doing my cutting up till today. So if you like to get into printing on t-shirts, fabric, cricut is the ideal thing for you to start up with. So with cricut, you get a free software on the internet. It's not a downloadable one. It is downloadable, but you can use it off the net like Canva. I would rate cricut as 9 out of 10 for user friendliness. It's one of the most user friendly software that I have used so far. So today I'm just going to do a small video on how to do an offset. So I'm going to do a series of videos within the weeks to come. Today I'd like to do one just on the offset and maybe on how to curve your text. So if you're new to this and you want to learn, this is an ideal video for you. So first of all, let's get one of my projects and I'm gonna redo it. Here's a good one here. This one I did for a primary school sports. So the backstory here is simple. The customer wanted something like this, but I'll show it to you now. So first of all, this is the interface for design space. On your left here, you've got your percentages to zoom in. I always keep it at 100. And if that's too big, you bring your image down. Just drag the image down. Okay, so when this customer wanted something, I initially had this for the customer. Let's delete this. So I had this for the customer, and obviously you can see this looks very, very bare. So what I did was I told them we'll add an offset, and that's basically it. So let me retype this for you. Let me start it again, right? So you first go on the left here, you go to text, and you type what you want. Right. So I want this. Right. So now, second step is to come here top towards the left, and you'll see it says font. Cricut has its own fonts, which you pay for. I'm not a fan of that. And then you come next to it, it says system. So system is all the fonts that's loaded onto your laptop, right? So I have 473 fonts. So you can scroll down and pick whichever font you want. The fonts change as you pick them, so you can see what it look like. So we going back up to the top and we picking this one. It's called a dripping marker, right? The next step is to size this. So on the top here, you simply put in the size. So I want it say 20 centimeter across by 10 centimeter at the bottom. I've done that. But now I see something I don't like. I don't like this gap in between here. So what you do is you come up here and you see here it says line space. So you're decreasing that space in between those two lines. So you keep on clicking on this mouse, right? I think that's sufficient. Now you mustn't forget, because you went lower here or you shaved off some space, it is now gone to 8.9. It's no more 10. So you got to bring it back to 10. So we've got it back at 10. I'm happy with that. Then the next step is to change the color, whatever you like. So the color is here on the top. So where it has a black square, you click on it and you can choose whatever color you want. Also, if you want advanced colors, you click on advanced and you can move the slider here to pick whatever you want. But for this video, I'm just gonna pick a random color. So I'm just gonna pick let's pick purple. So I've got that. Then the next step is to get in your offset. So there it is. It's quite simple. On the top here it says offset. You click on that. The offset has different settings, thicknesses. So if you see that gap there, so every time you move the slider it gets less. If I move it to the right it gets more. That doesn't look good, so let's move it more here where it looks decent, right? As you can see, I don't know if you can see around it. Now once you're happy with that, you just put apply. So you can see that the offset is turned to gray by default. Now remember there's two layers here. The bottom layer is the gray, the top layer is the purple, and they simplify it where you can just move it out of the way and you can work with it individually. So this here in purple is ready. This here I'm not happy with the color. So remember, I come to this box and I want mine to be, for example, white. So they just changes to white. Also to remember, do not alter the sizes of these things. You leave them as is. Because if I alter this size, if I make this smaller by mistake, this is no more going to fit in there. So I've buggered up everything. So I remember it was 20 by 10. So I'll go back to 20 by 10. And I come here and then I position it to the best of my abilities. I'm happy with that. Now, remember, if you left click on your mouse and you hold it down, you can drag this. Once you click on it, it highlights it and it selects it. Now, to cut this on your Cricut machine, you cannot, unfortunately, you can't cut it like this way. It will print the white and the purple. So this has to be done in two different steps. It's still simple. So you're going to take your white vinyl and you're going to cut your white vinyl 21 by 11. You're going to keep it aside. You cut your next vinyl at 21 by 11 in purple and you keep it aside. Then you go to your machine, you cut this white vinyl out first, you weed it, then you cut this purple and you weed it. And then when you bring it to your heat press, you lay this one down first, you heat press it, then you bring your purple and you place it to your optimum level, which is there, and you press it. And when it's finished, it should look like this. So that's basically how you do an offset in Cricut. Yeah. One more thing I'll show you quickly. Let's say you want to change the color. So let's take this offset now. Let's say the customer came back and said, hey, you know what? I want to change 3 letters into 3 different colors. So this is counted as one unit now. See, when I move it, everything moves together. So if you come to the top right here, there's an ungroup button here. You ungroup that. Now when you click on it, each letter is on its own. So it's very simple. If I want the letter E to be different color, I click on the letter E, I go up to the box, I choose my color, light blue. Let's say I want the letter S, or let's say the letter O. Let's say I want that to be black. Choose your color, and I want the letter A. Let's say we want this to be orange, right? But now you can't print this as it is. So what you do is you got to work in different elements. So to me, the first element is purple, the second one is blue, third one is black, and the fourth one is orange. You got to separate them in those 4 colors. So what you do is you move this without interfering with this with this side there. Don't touch the side. You move that out, you move this out. So my suggestion is you come here, this is as one color, you click on it, and you come to the right to the bottom here, it says attach. When you do that, this now can move freely as a whole unit, right? So you come, you do 4 different cuttings. You cut the purple out, you go, you cut your blue vinyl out, you cut your black vinyl, you cut your orange. When you're coming to your heat press, you always do the bigger one first. So you take this purple, you stick it onto your shirt, and then you come now and you play like a puzzle game. So you come, you take your E, you position it there, you press it. Then next you come, you take your O, position it, and then you take your A and you position it. It became like a puzzle, and your puzzle is all together. So when your shirt finishes, it should look something like this. So that's today's tutorial. If you have any questions, comment below and I'll do a video for you, especially if you're new to Cricut. I can help you with Cricut and DTF. I also do DTF. So for today, it's just this. If you would like to know something on Cricut that's been bugging you, or you don't know how to do it, or DTF, welcome to message me or leave a comment down below, and I'll do a video on that. Thank you so much. Goodbye, everyone.